Hi everybody, this is Janet Wright, and this video is a recap video where I tell you what I did in today's group energy healing. Today's date is the 22nd of August 2017, and this healing was the third and final healing in the mini triplet group healing set, which is 3 healings. The first one on a Friday, second one is on a Sunday, and the third one is on a Tuesday. So 3 healings within a week. And today is the Tuesday healing, the final healing. So, oh, and the only difference in the healing stats, it was still for 44 people, but it turns out that these people are in 8 countries because someone was on vacation and they didn't tell me, but they told me in their survey. So someone's also in the Netherlands. So yes, you can get these healings when you're on vacation. Feel free. I mean, of course, people do live in the Netherlands actually that get the healing sometimes. Hi. But this person was a vacationer. I guess just, please totally invite everybody to get these healings. I mean, as participants, of course, you can also just watch the videos and learn that way as well. Particularly if, you just can't afford to get every healing set as a participant. Part of the motivation for me, period, is to empower people to, well, like 99% of the motivation is for me is to empower people to heal themselves and to be very well informed about how to heal themselves and, to like customize their own self-healing work to suit their needs. So it's very practical and empowering. So even if you get the healings, you'd think, I think I used to think that, getting healings is not super empowering because that means you're not healing yourself or you can't heal yourself. But these healings are sort of the opposite of that. These healings are very like pro self-healing because, obviously they come with an instructional video, each one. So you know exactly how to replicate the effects and you understand like what parts of your energy field got healed to create this awesome productivity that you have, for example, or this new level of being able to sleep well, or whatever it is that you're feeling. And of course you can comment and have a follow-up question under the video. So it's all about teaching you, and my favorite comments of these healings are like, people will be like, oh, my meditations are easier now after these healings, which, how cool is that, or like I'm able to visualize more after these healings, or I'm able to, or I actually, have the motivation to meditate when I'm doing these healings, because motivation is not that easy for people, that's very, very common, motivation, discipline to do self-healing like this, that's kind of advanced. So it takes a while to build that up in yourself. So anyway, these healings are to support your empowerment. I think that there are plenty of people who don't need the healings and they get them anyway, just because it's nice to be able to receive sometimes too, particularly if you're a very giving person in your life, to kind of schedule these types of things, like to be a paid participant, I don't know, it just kind of helps balance the scales a little bit if you get treated to a healing that that someone else does for you, but of course, I only encourage that in people that are also informing themselves and taking steps on a really regular basis to heal themselves, so that I'm not creating some kind of a codependency. All right, cool. So this healing was called Creative Power Part 2. That was the theme of this one. Creative Power Part 1 was 2 weeks ago, August 8th. It was the end of the last mini triplet healing set. So you could watch a video on that if you want. Again, that was August 8th. This one was Creative Power Part 2. And part of what it did is it helped people to open up the energy flow in their neck and shoulders and arms. But that was actually just a part of it. It did a lot more. Because you kind of, to really create, you have to have a lot of balance and a lot of presence. Being creative, or, and creative, I mean, like, is pretty much like doing what you set out to do. You know, it's not just like, for me, you know, using your creative power could be doing your taxes, which ironically, you know, you'd think, oh, that's not a creative thing, you know, but it's a manifesting, and you know, you're doing it the way you wanted to do it, and you're finally getting it done. And that's actually, you know, you have to use a lot of creative energy for that. So I mean, you could also paint a picture, or, you know, draw a cartoon or whatever, but I feel like creativity is sort of bringing your vision out into the physical world, you know, even if it's like building a website or something, you know, it's just you're making it happen, you know. And so creative power is a more broad definition for me. You know, it could be like just problem solving, you know, say you have 2 kids and you need to figure out how to, you know, not lose your mind today. Hide all my moms. You know, that takes a lot of creative power, actually, you know, because motherhood is like this constant giving. And so to have the boundaries and the presence and the focus, and also, you know, maintain your own self-healing sort of multitasking thing, you know, that's some power right there. You know? Okay, cool. So let's get to the details. Today's healing was 24 minutes or so. Usually they're about 20 minutes plus. And today's healing was a lot earlier in the day. I'm going to note that to the participants when I email them soon with their little survey link and this video link. But yeah, this healing was like probably 3, maybe even 4 hours earlier than the last healing was in this set. So I think that's kind of fun though. It's variety, and then people, you know, some people feel it as the healing is happening. So then they like kind of ask them, because they don't know what time the healing is going to happen. I just do it when I feel like my energy is the best to do it. You know, when the angels say do it now, then I do it. You know, I'm like prepping and meditating, and you know, but anyway, so this was more of a earlier in the day healing today. So first, what we did, my notes are down here. That's why I keep looking down. So hope you don't mind. Oh, and I'm in a local park because it's like the middle of the day right now, and so my yard is like, my backyard is like way too sunny, so then I would be like this, or I'd have to wear sunglasses. So this way you get some cool park vibes. I call this like the mini forest or the magic forest. See, so that's a little shot upward. Giant, beautiful, tall, evergreen trees of the Pacific Northwest. Yay! I love it here. Okay. So creativity, you know, it's like I'm aiming to help people to have kind of an upbeat, focused, present, clear creativity, you know, so they can get their stuff done, you know. And so first what we did is start with grounding, of course. So I hope at least early on in your meditations you start with grounding, if not like the very first thing. Like this morning I listened to the last recap like on my cell phone as I was like walking around doing things first thing in the morning, and it was really useful, like the rugs thing at the bottom. And that's actually what we started with. Everyone got a big red grounding, their own big red grounding, so as wide as the whole aura, all the way up to the 3rd chakra if they want, as high as there, to help with productivity and time management. And then you know, all the way around, you know, as wide as the whole aura, all the way down to the very center of the earth. Right? That's how big your grounding should be, ideally, in my mind. You know, if you just create it with your intention right now, just make it, you can make it red, orange, or yellow right now, but at first we started with red. And then we basically cleared the rugs at the bottom. You know, rugs, I introduced that sort of term in the July 25th mini triplet recap, and I did make a diagram of it then. It's not like, it's I was about to criticize my diagram. It's a diagram of grounding, you know. It is what it is. But anyway, I talked about rugs there. Rugs are flat energy blocks at the very bottom of the grounding, right before the center of the earth. So not in the aura up here, but all the way down, miles down, where your grounding also should be, carrying energy down to the center of the earth. So right before the center of the earth, that's the bottom of your grounding, right? And so the rugs are like these flat energy blocks just stacked up there. So like right now, if you make a copy of your grounding out in front of you, a mini copy, right? So here's your third chakra, here's the center of the earth. Obviously it's a great reduction, right? Because you have it out in front of you, it's just a copy. For me, I have like 4 rugs at the bottom, which are just flat energy blocks. So I'm just gonna use gold light. You can, you know, have gold light coming out of your palms of your hands and your fingertips with your intention, and just, because they're energy centers there that generate energy anyway. And so you just set it to gold. And then now I only have 2 rugs because the gold light is melting the rugs away. Now I only have 1 rug. There you go. Now my rug's melted. It just helps the drainage a lot more, so then you feel lighter and more focused. Anyway, so we cleared rugs, and I did that a lot with people because, like, if you clear rugs, it starts all this release, and then, you know, like right now I have 3 more rugs. You know, I just cleared my rugs, but now I have 3 more rugs. Because it's like, if you're releasing a lot, some of it might get snagged on the way down. So then you just kind of keep looking for what just got snagged. What are the rugs at the bottom, at the very bottom? And then as soon as you clear them, then it's like, you know, this giant release, hopefully. If the rest of your energy field is pretty good. But people, you know, they just gotten 2 other healings this week, so their energy is pretty good. So anyway, so we cleared rugs with a red grounding, and then we did an orange grounding and cleared rugs, and then we did a yellow grounding and also cleared rugs. And that's what I call a grounding workout, where a grounding workout is where you, I like doing my little air quotes, I hope you don't mind. But a grounding workout is where you do multiple colors of grounding, because it just, you release different things at different vibrations. And so if you really want to, you know, like release, get your flow, get your letting go, really rocking, you can do multiple colors. So that's what we did in this healing today. And we left it at the yellow grounding for the rest of the healing. And yellow is, if you do the rainbow system, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, you do like a lighter blue and a darker blue, and then, or lighter blue and a deeper blue. So like maybe a turquoise and then a cobalt blue up here, and then purple in the top of the head. That's just what I mean by that, is that you, with your intention, you set those energy centers to those colors. But then, so that means your third chakra for productivity, taking action. You know, it's yellow could be the color that you're using for that, and therefore a yellow grounding could kind of support that a little bit extra. So, and again, at the bottom, we looked at, with the grounding at yellow, we looked at the bottom. Like with me, if my grounding is yellow right now, which it is, I have like 8 energy blocks at the bottom. At the very bottom, they're flat, so they're like rugs, right? So now I have 2, there, they're gone. But, you know, if I switch it to orange, my grounding to orange, whew, now I have 10 energy blocks at the bottom. It's like, orange just causes a different type of release than yellow or than red. You know, each vibration is different. So I'm just clearing my rugs at the bottom with my grounding at orange. I have 3 left, so I'm just using gold light. There we go. So then now I'm really releasing a lot. I mean, my second chakra's at orange, which is emotions. That's the one below the belly button. So that just helps me release a lot. Oh, one person, actually 2 people in this healing had problems with sadness. I mean, the first 2 healings were clearing grief, but actually those 2 people, so ironically you'd think everyone had problems with sadness because of the healings, but no, because the healing was about releasing it. You only feel it if you're kind of stuck in it, but then if you release it, ironically, you feel pretty light and fine. So most people didn't have problems with sadness, but 2 people did. One has just had a major surgery that affects hormones and stuff. And then the other, well, not just, but a couple weeks ago. And then the other one, she had some relationship stuff she was going through. But you can just clear rugs. You know, if you feel sad, check for rugs down there. You know, redo your grounding, check for rugs at the bottom, make sure you melt them away, you know, because generally sadness is energy blocks at the second chakra and second layer. You know, second layer is like kind of close to your body. And also second layer down here. So maybe the bottom of your second layer is really hard, so your second layer then isn't releasing. You want all the bottom of all the layers to be like a waterfall, just energy just falling down. I diagrammed that pretty well in the last recap, the August 18th. No, the August 20th recap has a nice diagram of the bottom of the grounding. I didn't bring it with me because I have to walk like, I mean, I only have to walk like 3 blocks to get to this park, but I'm already like bringing a tripod and an Acu doll and stuff, so I figured, all right, let's keep it simple today. Okay, so after the grounding workout, oh yeah, we did then we haven't done this in a while in these triplet healings. My energy geeks would know because they watch all of these videos. Okay, if this is your physical body and then you have a spirit body that looks similar, right? Also called your astral body. I don't have another doll to like represent that, but let's say my hand is your astral body, but it really does look similar, you know, because your energy body, you know, it should have arms and legs and everything, you know, that's you as a spirit, is your energy body, your astral body, whatever you want to call it. They're connected at the 7th chakra and at the 3rd chakra, and that's a good connection that you want. Obviously you want to be connected to your physical body during your lifetime. It's very important. So that good connection there, I call it a cord, but this is like a positive thing. You really want to keep this because it's from you to you, right? So you can make this cord purple, and you can make this cord yellow, the one at the 3rd, from the spirit body 3rd to the physical body 3rd. You can make that nice and yellow. From the physical body 7th at the top of the head to the spirit body 7th at the top of the spirit body head, you can make that one purple because that's a good 7th chakra color. So purple for this one, yellow for this one. And I noticed that some people that didn't feel anything or didn't feel a lot, yeah, if they didn't, 2 people in particular that I'm thinking of, no, actually 3 people that felt the same either after the first healing or after the second healing. I noticed that their cords here were really skinny and some of them were kind of blackened. So, and the angels really had me focus on that, so then I knew that they wanted me to help everybody on that. So that was a part of the healing that we did after the grounding workout, is I helped people heal the 3rd chakra connection right here between the physical body and the spirit body, and the 7th chakra connection between the physical body and the spirit body 7th. And so I, you know, they were like, a lot of them were really thin, you know. I haven't healed it a lot in the triplet videos, and I'm thinking a lot of people have forgot to heal that. You don't always need to heal it. Like mine, let's see, my 7th chakra one, it's okay. It really could use a little work. I mean, it's a nice purple, but it's got like this sort of dusty white stuff around each end because somebody's been throwing energy at me. So you just imagine the cord out in front of you, like a big version of it, you know, and you just kind of clear it out with gold light from your hands. And you could bring up like purple earth energy just to kind of soothe it, you know, that 7th chakra cord from your physical body to your spirit body. I go like this, but right now I'm very present, so it's really just, it kind of just, you know, retracts. It's like right there, you know. But if my body and my spirit were in 2 places, then you'd see it. It would be like a line. So you just imagine it like that, a line spread out, and because you want it to be a line that can travel, you know, a cord that can bring a lot of energy, because the point is, you as a spirit, like say you get this fantastic triplet healing from this amazing healer named Janet Wright, but those cords are kind of, you know, like blackened and too skinny, then your spirit could be better, but that energy doesn't travel to the physical body chakras, so you actually don't feel really energized, you know, because you feel the difference of a healing by being very much in your physical body. So if you don't, like, one person, she's traveling, she's on vacation now too, and she's like, I mean, different people are traveling, so, you know, one person in particular, though, they're doing so much that I think it's almost like a little too much. They're not really chilling out. It's more like this Indiana Jones action adventure trip, you know. So I don't know, you know, she's not totally in her body because of that, you know, because of, I don't know, whatever, to each his own. That's her vacation style. But I think that, you know, she knows, though, the healings are helping her, you know, even if she doesn't feel like, whoa, after that healing, this and this and this changed. You know, she gets it. She's gotten enough of these. She understands how energy works. So she knows that her spirit is in much better shape and her body's energy field is in much better shape after the healing, even though she can't kind of put her finger on how she's changed because she's actually not fully in. And so she doesn't feel a big before and after. But I always, of course, like to help people to be in as much as possible, because then you get more out of your day and you also feel more out of the healing. So anyway, that's why I just helped. So just imagine now your third chakra cord, that the one that connects your physical body third, you know, under your sternum bone, you know, where that ends right here at the third chakra, to your spirit body third, you know, like just spread that cord out. And you know, some people make that silver, but I think, you know, while you're alive, I don't see the point of that. You know, I mean, you just make it yellow because that's a nice color for your third chakra. So you can just set it to yellow with your intention and just kind of widen it out with gold light and just expand it. Like for me right now, I have little, like, they look like little coffee filters, like very thin energy blocks inside one end of the cord right before my physical third. And that's just from somebody who's been throwing energy at me lately. So just, you know, don't worry about who it is. That's just for context, like for an example for you. It's not like I'm gonna lose sleep over that. Like literally I'm not, because I'm gonna heal it, right? So anyway, because third chakra really does help with quality of sleep. So just imagine this big cord, because you want energy to be able to flow from your spirit third to your physical third and then back, you know? And so just kind of heal any little chunks of hard energy blocks in the cord, or any weird, some people had some like black kind of deposits around the cord that were keeping it thin, that were past life energy blocks actually. So you can just imagine if you have any of those that you're ready to release, you know, let yourself imagine them, and just, you know, it might look kind of like hard black stone or something around the cord, and you can just melt it away gradually with gold light. And if you notice anything that's a little too weird around there, like misty, murky, foggy, sometimes that's a being, and that's nothing to be afraid of, but you just ask your angels with your mind, just be like, angels, can you please recycle that? And then they do it for you. And you just chill out and breathe for like 20 seconds while they do it. So after doing that, I feel, it's funny, I feel almost like after a nap, like you feel more rested after a nap, which is, I love that, you know, because I didn't have to take a nap. It's so efficient. Okay, cool. So that's what we did. We probably did the grounding workout. I'm guesstimating because I put a, in my notes, I put when the halfway mark was, but I didn't put like how long the grounding workout was versus the third and seventh chakra cord part. Third and seventh chakra cord part, I'm gonna say maybe we did that for 6 minutes. And then maybe the grounding workout was 5 minutes. Something like that. And then, oh, and the 7th chakra cord, I went back and healed that more for people too. That one had some failure energy on it, which 7th chakra is like for confidence and identity and having faith in yourself. Someone just threw some energy at me. Gosh, this person is like a little persistent. So it's like a whack, rip or tear, you know, creates a, you know, if someone throws energy at you, if it hits something hard, then it'll make a, so I felt like something sharp right here, but just really slightly, because it's like, you know, if you imagine the top of your aura, you can check for wax in your space. Just imagine the top of your aura, because that's the most popular spot where people just go, you know. So I have one that's like 765, so it wasn't huge, but that's not because that person didn't try to throw a lot of energy. It's just because I had some pretty decent flow up there at the moment. I don't always. So anyway, so just find a rip or tear in the top of your aura or the top back, like back here, and just use gold light and just kind of wash it out. Like that person, they threw like a white, kind of like a white sharp rock, and so that white sharp hard piece of energy is still there. So I'm gonna just hand that to my angels, and then I'm checking for anything else that's sort of lodged in that rip. I think that's it though, so it should start to heal up pretty fast now that I got that object out. Yeah, it's healing up. Yeah, that's nice. Better. Okay, cool. So we didn't do much aura repair in this one, but the angels do prepare people like the night before, and maybe even the night before, you know, like, so before each healing, the angels kind of take good care of people, so I don't have to do all the basics, like, you know, repairing aura damage in every healing, because otherwise we'd need more than 20 minutes. So anyway, so we did the grounding workout. We did the 3rd chakra and 7th chakra, you know, body spirit connections. We did a little extra on the 3rd chakra cord and a little bit extra on that 7th chakra cord or connection to clear failure energy, you know, from past lives, failure energy from this life, just anything that you see on there. I just happened to intuit that it was failure energy. It was energy from, you know, past lives where they just got stuck in like something that they felt went wrong for them, you know, and like really hurt their confidence. And so if you don't clear something, you bring it with you, you know, so that ultimately you do have to get over it. And so what better time than the present? So just imagine your 7th chakra connection between your physical 7th and your spirit body 7th. And, you know, like we said, it should be flowing in purple if that's what you like for both of your 7th chakras, your body, your physical body 7th and your spirit body 7th. So then it should be able to be like this happy little confident flow of your purple energy. But mine has like a white crusty shell on it right now. So I'm just using some gold light, and I'm bringing up some purple earth energy from the center of the earth to heal that cord. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. So that's good. After doing that, I feel a little more peaceful. Like even with that kid screaming somewhere, it was a playful scream, but it didn't really bug me, you know. I'm just like very peaceful having healed that cord. Feels nice. So then the rest of the healing, I would say we did 3 different things. I worked, actually, you know how I use this AccuDoll in the videos, and I keep saying like, well, when I heal people, I don't need a doll. But today I actually did use the doll for once. It's like Murphy's Law. Whenever I say I don't do something in a video, then I start to do it, and vice versa. When I say, oh, this is what I do, then I like do something different next time. But anyway, so this shows acupuncture meridians, like energy pathways that are acknowledged in traditional Chinese medicine. But anyway, so they're just these meridians, these little lines of energy, you know, that naturally occur in the body. And so I just kind of, particularly around the front here, around the thighs and the hips, just with my intention, I just kind of unblocked them. Because, you know, also in Chinese, traditional Chinese medicine, you know, they want the energy to flow. You want it flowing. You don't want it blocked up. And so I did a little bit of flow help here with these meridians for everybody. And then just to unblock them, I didn't really worry about which one was which. And then also in the lower back, there are a lot of meridians and energy points there, like around the, basically around the back of the first chakra. So at first I just did, you know, lower back kind of meridians and, you know, acupuncture points there, and I just kind of opened them up a little. And then I noticed that really the tension that I wanted to help people with was literally just the back of the first chakra, which is, you know, just regular chakra work. So then I imagined the back for everybody, the back of their first chakra, and just helped people to clear the hard energy. Like if you make a copy of your first chakra out in front of you right now, and just let's say your physical body's first chakra. I mean, because technically you have two. You have your physical body's first chakra and your astral body's first chakra, right? So if you only ever look at one, I definitely recommend looking at them separately, because you might notice a lot of junk this way that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. But that wasn't a part of the healing. It's just cool self-healing information, as an aside. But so what I did is I just imagined everybody's first chakra just sort of as a whole. So like each person, you know, one first chakra and the back of that. So I think I didn't pay attention consciously, but what I did was the physical first, which makes sense because the physical chakras are the ones that are going to get blocked more of the physical body. And so that's usually why people aren't present, because their physical bodies, energy centers, particularly the lower ones, are too blocked. And so then your spirit doesn't really fit in there. There's not enough flow. So if you imagine the back of your physical body's first chakra right now, out in front of you, I mean, obviously, like, it's not this huge, but you just make a big copy so that you see in a lot of detail. You should, out the round opening, you should see the energy going flowing out the back, but you might not, you know, you might not see any flow. You might just see flow out of like the little top part, which is what I see. So my whole back bottom part of my first chakra, my physical body's first chakra, is like caked with this sort of, it's like black toothpaste, it looks like, for me. I mean, I don't know what your energy blocks look like back there, but maybe they look like hard black, like burnt cookie. But anyway, I'm just melting away my energy blocks back here with gold light. That's good. And yeah, so I feel like sometimes too, when I imagine the back of a chakra or the front, I'll like, because it's a round opening, right? But like if you imagine it in quarters, and then you're like, okay, so is this the bottom back right quarter? Is that flowing? Yes. Is the bottom back left quarter flowing? No. There we go. Sometimes you notice more detail that way than just, okay, is the back of the chakra flowing? Because yeah, probably some flow's coming out, but you want to pinpoint where it's not flowing and get that. You know, a lot of beginner healers, they're like, it looks fine, you know, and they miss that, like, you know, half of it's blocked, you know, and if you miss that, I mean, you'll live. But if you were to train your intuition to find where it is blocked, then, and heal that and free up the flow again, you'd change faster, you would heal faster, you'd have more progress in life. So like right now, by doing that, I just released some tension. You know, I'm not much of a worried person because I'm very present in my first chakra these days, but so it's not like I worry less because I wasn't worried, but I'll probably just be more like strong for the rest of the day. So when that person tries to whack me again in like 10 seconds, I'll be a lot more flowing, you know, about it. All right, cool. So, anyway, so I unblocked for people, help people to unblock the back of their first chakra, which again, first chakra is courage, safety, feeling safe, abundance, financial stability. Oh, then ankles too. One of the people on vacation, she said she twisted her foot, which I'm assuming really means she twisted her ankle. So it actually like worked for the healing. Like she did that after the second healing or before the second healing. Obviously it wasn't my fault. She was climbing on a mountain. I'm not personally responsible for everything that happens in 44 people's lives in this week, but I thought, the angels kind of were like, hey, that kind of works in the healing anyway, because if you open up this a lot for creative power, to open up this down here too, it's kind of like, as above, so below, like you want to really root down here and have a lot of presence down here, which is why I did this kind of work with opening up these energy centers and this energy center, just to like get people more in the lower part of their body so that, you can have a real strong stance, and then you can open up here and stay safe and just be like present and creative and focused, and strong. So anyway, so I did help people with ankles, and I healed around the ankles, and I imagined like if they had, because in the first layer right around the ankle, sometimes you can have like past life, devices and stuff, hard pieces of energy that you haven't cleared yet, that, you could just imagine like, little ropes or bands of something hard, and you just kind of imagine it and melt it away with gold light. And so I did that, and also brought up red earth energy, just to kind of comfort the first layer of the aura around the ankles. So then we did the part where, and this is the part where I knew we were going to do anyway for Creative Power Part 2, which was to open up the flow in the neck and the shoulders and the arms. Because your 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th chakras, they generate the energy that goes in your 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th layers of your aura all the way around you, right? But also part of their energy, if you're generating enough, part of it goes down your shoulders and your arms and out your hands and your fingertips, and it's sort of like a big creative force. So you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do today, so you have all this life force like coursing through here. You're just like, it's like you're just more capable. So that's cool, of course. So then this is when we did that is, I just help people, because like sometimes your aura actually is just so compressed around the neck and the shoulders. People have so much neck and shoulder tension a lot of times, and that is from compression. Also bad posture maybe, as she said as she's slouching. But here, let me set up better. But so actually I healed, in order to heal here, I had to open up first the aura around this whole area, and just help it expand and help it have less energy blocks. So you can do that. Just imagine your shoulders and your neck, physical shoulders, physical neck, and then just imagine your aura around it and just kind of comb it out, and just, have your mind kind of find little stuck parts, and then just melt them away with gold light, and just take your time, but just kind of melt them. So that just kind of opens up your shoulders, and that energy flow. So we did that. And you can visualize that, imagine it, even if you can't see, like just, it's like a river. So like the energy that's branching down, you want to see it like a river, and there can be like rocks in the river, like blocking the river, which is a real bummer, and it creates like a physical tension actually. So you look for the rocks, like I have one right around here. So like some of the flow, it just goes bam, 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 and then it kind of spills out. It doesn't continue the route, which, that's not good, right? So I see the rock, I'm imagining the rock, it's like white. It's just like some energy blocks from this life. And of course you don't need to know that, it's just fun. And so I'm just melting away those rocks. So I feel like most of them are gone. I feel like the river is flowing better. But I'm gonna just do a little more, so I'm sure they're gone. Yeah, I'm sure they're gone now. So I feel like, I actually feel more like my, this part of my arm, because the energy, because the more that river flows better, the more your spirit is actually present in your arm and your fingers. So that's the idea. You can do that on your own, you know, particularly if you really feel like you're not getting your stuff done, you're not creative, you're not creating what you want in your life. You know, think of those rivers flowing down, you know, your neck and your shoulders of this extra, you know, of the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th chakra energy, you know, and just look for little blocks in them. You know, a lot of times people will have blocks like I have some right here, you know, so I just imagine that part inside my shoulder. And it's just like, you know, like they look like black checkers, you know, and sometimes, a lot of times you'll have people cording there also. So it's energy blocks plus energy cords to somebody that you know. And so I'm just going to melt away the cords first. You know, cords are just connections. I have a video called Removing Energy Cords if you want to learn a little more about them. But then I'm just melting away this, you know, like the black checkers, which are the energy blocks. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so we did that, and then I healed the chakras, but basically healed that they work together, because you can have like creative ideas or creative goals, but then somehow it just doesn't go anywhere. Like it doesn't translate into a clear creative vision, doesn't translate into, you know, constructive thoughts, you know, where you plan your day and you plan how you're gonna make it happen. It doesn't translate into motivation. It doesn't translate into action at the 3rd. It doesn't translate into enough emotional stability so that you can get it done. And it doesn't translate into enough sort of courage and boldness so that you do it. So obviously, you know, it's better when all the chakras work together, right? For that, so that your creative ideas, you know, happen. You know, maybe not all today, but, you know, over time. So that's what I did. I helped people, I healed the chakras like that 7, 7, 6, 7, 5, 7, 4, 7, 3, 7, 2, 7, 1. And you just kind of like heal them at the same time. So like say 7 and 4. So that would be for like 4 is motivation. So maybe you care about certain things, you have certain goals, but you're like, when am I going to do that? I don't think I could do it. You know, you have no motivation, right? So you just heal them at the same time, both those chakras. And, you know, if you're not sure what chakras look like or anything, I think it helps a little bit to know that. So I have a lot of videos on that stuff. I have a 3-video series called 7 Chakras, Aura Layers, Flow. And I do diagram chakra shapes and energy flow direction in that 3-video set. But anyway, so, but like right now you could just heal just that, like your 7th and your 4th. Just so that at the same time. So that your creative ideas from your 7th and your motivation in your 4th can kind of harmonize and work together. Because if they don't really work together, I mean, you'd think naturally your chakras should work together, but I don't know, you know, it doesn't always happen, you know. But if you kind of, you know, just, you know, like right now I'm just going gold light all the way down my spine, you know, so gold light into my 7th with one hand and gold light in all the rest of my chakras with the other hand. And that's kind of nice too, you know, and you can have this intention, you know, hey, you know, I want my inspiration and my confidence, right? And my creative, you know, goals, I want to be able to make those happen. So I'm going to heal all my other chakras as well. Okay, so that was part of the healing. And then I did more on the neck and shoulders. And then I did, right at the end, we did rugs at the end, you know, more rugs. So the grounding was still yellow, and like my grounding is still yellow, but I'm gonna make it again because it's not like the cutest yellow. It's not my favorite yellow. Oh, it was funny when we switched to yellow, like I double checked because like there was this one guy and he's like somebody's husband. He gets the healings all the time and he does great with them. And his kids get the healings too. Just a hint who I'm talking about. But he doesn't consciously know he's getting the healings, but they help him so much. Like his spirit's like, thank you for healing my family. Yes, I'm ready for the healing. Like his spirit is like so into it. It's funny. But like when we did yellow grounding, I'm like, you know, that's not, I said hi to him to check and I noticed his grounding wasn't really yellow. I'm like, yellow? He's like, that's not very masculine color. And I told him, yeah, but your third chakra is for productivity, you know? And so yellow could help your productivity. He's like, why didn't you say that? So then he had this giant yellow grounding. It was really awesome. So anyway, yes, yellow can be for productivity. So even the guys, you know, you can rock a yellow grounding and, you know, make things happen, be productive, manage your time, take control of your life. So anyway, so I have a big yellow grounding right now and I have like 7 rugs at the bottom, just energy blocks that, you know, didn't finish clearing. They're right at the bottom by the center of the earth, but they didn't finish clearing. So I'm using gold light. And you can just look at your grounding and how many rugs do you have right before the bottom. And again, rugs are flat energy blocks and you just melt them away. And that way you have like, it really speeds up your flow of your grounding, which is good. It helps you release and let go and be present. Okay, so that's it. Such a short video, oh my God. All right, well, God bless you if you care this much to heal yourself, that you would watch this video. Yay, yay for you. And totally enjoyed working with everybody. And thank you for your video comments too. And your video thumbs up, helping others on YouTube to find the video. That's good karma. Alrighty, so I am excited for the September, 2 different September triplet sets. So if you did want to be a paid participant for either or both of those triplet sets, there still is room in both of them at this time. So you could go to my website and sign up. You have a couple days to sign up for the September 1st one. You have to sign up by this Saturday. You have to sign up basically by the Saturday before, so it's like 6 days in advance, at least. But, you know, planning ahead is always nice. Okay, bye!